everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hammered. This episode is a special one as we celebrate the rivalry that is Duke and Carolina. Duke will play UNC in the Final Four for the first time in NCAA tournament history. This could be Coach K's final game and Hubert Davis' first Final Four win as the coach of Carolina. Let me welcome to the show returning guests, Brandon Cuthrell.
Boo! Sorry, boo!
I don't even know. I ain't got a camera. What the hell is this shit?
You do got a camera. It's right there.
What, ain't up there?
No, because you ain't on Zoom.
Oh, I'm on there? I need to see
Moving on.
Oh, God.
Loyal host and co-host of the Hammered Podcast, Michael Byrd.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey. Duke, baby.
Returning Hammered veteran, James Moore.
Well, what up? Tar Heels, baby.
Boo, you suck. You suck.
And Jordan Boogie Lascallette.
It is I, J-double-O-G to the I to the E. Glad
Jordan is a rookie to Hammered. Welcome, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Glad to make my debut.
Yes, sir.
This is a wild one on which to make your debut, Jordan. So welcome to the jungle. So,
I'm fully in my element.
Mike Byrd, talk us through how this show is going to go down.
All right, so what we are going to do with this show, because as everybody here on this episode knows, this is the ultimate sporting event of our lifetimes. There has been no bigger sporting event. You can say when Russia played America, Team USA, in what was it, 1970 something, and 1980, and 79 was right there. Maybe that was a close runner-up, but this is the biggest sporting event in my lifetime. And I'm older than all y'all, so it's definitely bigger than anything in your lifetimes, too. So, except for James. James looks old, and he's young, so I don't know what the fuck that's about. But
trying to throw shade.
So for this episode, we've got a bunch of couple of people that are Carolina fans, of course. We got to get those. And then, of course, me and Jay Boogie, Mr. Jordan Lascallette, we're a couple of Duke fans representing the Devils.
Wow, that intro for us was trash. Yeah, we got to have these people.
Brandon, we'll let you and James redeem yourself as the UNC tribe here, and we'll let you pitch your own little introduction here. To be fair. That might get
Thank
full.
you, Laura. I appreciate the courtesy. I appreciate the hospitality. You're such a good host. And then there's Byrd. Anyways, but yeah, James here. Been a Tar Heel fan since I was 8. So you're talking about 25, 26 years strong. Happy to be here. It's in my blood. So thanks for having me, Laura.
Let me see a picture of you 8 years old wearing Tar Heel stuff. Let me see it.
Yeah, we online. I'll send it to you later, Cherokee.
I will add it to this show. I want to see it.
All right.
I'll plug it in. Send in all your baby pictures for posterity.
I don't trust Byrd.
He's already posted them all on Facebook.
Bird's gonna go creeping on my profile now, y'all. Like he made that picture with what's his name? Sheldon Williams. That was actually pretty good.
I mean, y'all do kind of favor a little bit, especially in that picture, James.
Bird, all black people don't look alike, bro.
But y'all too, dude.
Got Candace Parker. Ain't nothing to sleep about.
Hey, pimp, real talk. He's the last dude she dated before she switched lanes. I'm just saying.
Something was going on, man.
Had something to do with it.
But first off, how did he hook up with Candace Parker? Because she's not a bad-looking woman.
Man, I don't know. But she out of his league, bro. She out of his league. He got a baby girl by her. Real talk.
That's when he was the landlord. She thought he was going to be on a whole lot better NBA.
Right. You're right about that.
He was on one of these websites I visited today, the number one bust for former Duke players in the NBA.
Number one bust?
Number one, yeah. But I got the list up. We'll talk about it later if y'all want.
Okay.
But anyway,
long list.
There's another member of this Carolina team that might want to introduce himself again because he feels like I gave him a slight. It's up to you. I mean, we all know who you are.
You're no stranger to the Naughty Donkey Studio, Brandon, but
All right, that was enough.
Okay.
No, they don't.
That's all you need.
Short to the point. Very poignant. Thank you, Brandon. All right, so let's move into our first discussion question. Let me
Hey,
roll it back.
real quick. I don't know about Brandon's baby picture, but here's mine. There's the Blue Devil.
Oh, you got to
Uh,
move it more to your
Yeah, baby. Okay.
to your left.
Well, first of all,
Like
Because then
immediately in
you
front of
go.
your face.
Aw.
Oh.
Look at
Blue
that.
Devil.
everybody
Wow.
shirt, it was either that or
Old
red.
school little Blue Devil on the chest right there.
Well, it
Got it.
don't get no truer than that.
Wow.
That's all they had in the trash in that room at that moment.
There he goes.
Oh no.
Everybody in the Born and
conception.
Durham.
This baby, we gotta swaddle this baby.
Jordan, are your parents Duke fans? Is that how that came about?
Absolutely. I was born and raised ever since that picture. I never had a choice.
That's the way it should be. Yeah.
I
Bring 'em right
I
in.
can appreciate the loyalty.
Like I'd love to hear how James became a Duke fan.
Watch, now Bird's gonna feel like an asshole after I tell him. Wow, this one, so like, long story short, I was raised by my grandparents probably till I was about 4. They stayed in Mount Olive, North Carolina, which is like an hour from Goldsboro. I don't know if y'all have, that's where the pickles are at, the pickle factory and everything. And they were big Carolina fans, so I grew up watching like 92, 93, Dante Calabria, you know, they won that title versus Michigan and everything. And my grandmother was a big fan, so I used to cheer, you know, for Carolina just because she used to watch the games. We were really close, and she ended up dying of breast cancer when I was around 8. So that's around the time I started playing basketball and really understood the game and recognized the players like that. So,
Well, damn.
It's been a few years since, bro.
Well, that's great.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, James. Now I can't talk shit about you the rest of the damn show.
Good setup right
You
there.
just
I told you
killed
I'd
that.
get your ass.
That's a good setup right there.
I feel like
Yeah, I feel
Grandma's
kinda
kind of
bad.
here for the rivalry too, though.
Rest in peace, Grandma. All right, and this ain't condolences. Jeez.
Appreciate it, bro.
Grandma's here for the rivalry, James. We got to give her a really good show this weekend, and you know, maybe UNC will do her proud.
We will see. We'll find out on Saturday.
We
Quick
will.
question I want to ask all you gentlemen. I ain't mean to go off script. Are y'all watching the game alone like I am? Because I can't go out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally watching it alone.
I can't go out. I might hit
I
somebody.
want to. I really want to, but
Yeah.
we're on an annual guys trip to Richmond to go to the NASCAR race.
Okay.
We're making sure we got the absolute setup.
Right.
Any kind of signal goes out, I'm liable to stab somebody. So
Well,
I'm gonna be nervous all week.
are you going with all Duke fans?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. Well,
okay.
my father-in-law is going, and he's a Carolina fan. Don't know how that happened, but
Oh my God.
he's a Duke fan. And it's us 3. I'm not gonna allow anybody else around the camper when the game's on. Nobody in the campground can watch the game. But us, stay away from our TV.
Yeah.
Once WrestleMania starts, everybody can come though.
Right.
Oh, that's WrestleMania this weekend too.
Yes.
Yep.
It is.
Saturday
It's
and
March.
Sunday.
Yeah. That makes sense. It
Midnight,
works.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, I'm
Damn.
talking about after the game ends, it's gonna be WrestleMania.
Oh.
Oh shit. Yeah, you right.
Oh.
Don't matter who
This is
wins.
not sponsored by the WWE.
Hey,
By the way.
hey, Brandon, Bird can break out some of the moves he learned from the Hardy Boys.
That's right.
Shots. We're taking them shots.
The shot.
My guy-
the
my
I
guy
don't give a
Jeff-
fuck about you. Look.
My guy Jeff's trying to recover, and old Bird's bringing him shots and shit.
Yeah. Like when I asked him, we're totally getting off track here, but when I asked him, hey,
Yeah,
man, would
sorry.
you do a shot with me? He was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I said, what do you want, man? He goes, just fireball. I stick to one, you know. So I guess he doesn't veer off of that sweet fireball shit. Reminds me of somebody in studio right now.
Well, I love that shit.
That's what I'm saying. You don't get away from it.
Screw you.
We know. I think that was his point.
All right, Laura.
All right, let's move on to our discussion questions here. First, is the Duke UNC rivalry the best in sports? Michael Byrd, we'll start with you.
No, I get to go first. Well, of course it is. I mean, I've listened to all these talking heads on ESPN and I've read these articles all day talking about this, and they're like Lakers, Celtics, and they're combined, 17 titles apiece or something like that. I don't know. But you got Red Sox, Yankees, Auburn, Alabama. Nothing compares to Duke, Carolina. That's it. I mean, this is a short answer. There's nobody else.
All right, Brandon. Is Duke UNC
it.
rivalry the best in sports, and why?
Clearly, it's the best rivalry in sports. You can throw in Red Sox, Yankees. You can do whatever hockey rivals, soccer rivals, or whatever there is. But what makes this rivalry more intense than any other one is these two teams only get to play each other twice and 3 times max a season. Yankees, Red Sox, they play each other 12 times a year? Something ridiculous. Even if they do play for AL championship, it's intense. But North Carolina and Duke, keep in mind, have won 38 ACC tournament titles, which is 60% of all the titles won between 1996. And 14 of the 15 of those titles were won between 1996 and 2011. There's 11 national championships in the last 36 years. That's 28% of all national championships won. And Duke was founded, hold on. So since the founding of ACC in 1953, Duke and UNC share 49 regular season titles, which is 78% of the regular season titles. Now, keep in mind, while I'm saying all this, Duke and Carolina are only 10 miles apart.
8.
Not
8.
Depends on what stoplight you go to.
Are we taking the scenic route?
And not only that, but this is the first time two teams have met in the Final Four that are actually from the same state. And better yet, they're the biggest rivals. This rivalry has been going on since 1960, since Art Hayes and Larry Brown got into a brawl, which is probably the biggest brawl in college basketball history. And from that moment, that's when this rivalry started.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. James.
And by the way, Brandon's out of notes now.
I know. I was trying really hard to cut him off. I'm like, you need content for the rest of the show,
I
babe.
got plenty.
I'm glad he had
2 pages left, baby.
Right. Y'all coming in all detailed and stuff. But I agree with my fellow gents. Of course, it's the best rivalry in sports. When you look at the caliber, the tradition of both teams, it's just second to none, right? Coach K has 5 titles. Dean has 2. Roy Williams has 3. 11 titles combined in the ACC. Like, they are the ACC if you think about it. That's why I think there's a changing of the guard next year when Coach Shire takes over for Duke, because for the longest it was Duke, Carolina, everybody else, and that's just how it was. Virginia's kind of sneaked in there or whatnot, but none of them will touch the legacy and the accomplishments that both schools have accomplished over their time. And like I said, being 8 miles apart, and all the games are always good. There's been some blowouts, obviously, but for the most part, I think we all can agree. It don't matter if one team is ranked 2 and another team's unranked. When they get together, it's going to be a dogfight, and the games are going to be tight, and they're going to be close. Endless All-Americans, draft picks, NBA draft picks, endless success. They always recruit and fight over the best players. I think that can be established and related. Like, they're always fighting over the players. I remember, I don't know if you guys saw the tournament in the HBC network, but Danny Ferry was the first player that went to Duke that Carolina really wanted. So that was the first player that Duke essentially stole from Carolina. So that just intensified the rivalry. But the fact that they're 8 miles apart, let alone in the same state, it's really second to none. No question about it.
Thank you, James. Jordan, what you got?
It is I. Hey, going last, they've said all the facts. I mean, it's 100% the best rivalry. First of all, just to answer the question, it's not really a question. The only one that can stand next to him, in my opinion, is Alabama-Auburn, purely because of the hatred of the fans, and they don't play as many times a year like Duke and Carolina do. Like Brandon said, the Yankees and Red Sox play 100 times a year. Who cares? Like, that'll go by on you. Nobody will even know they played that night. But 8 miles, Chapel Hill, Durham, this little splotch on the East Coast will go all the way to the West Coast, and the whole country is going to watch it. And there's fans that stretch all the way across the country. And I want to go to something further with the rivalry. James kind of hinted on it with Shire coming in next year. It's not going to stop here. A lot of people, talk about the rivalry's going to be dead because there's new coaches, there's one and done players. No. All the proof you need is Carrawell and Hubert Davis not shaking hands. Everybody on that, both benches played for Duke, played for Carolina. They understand the rivalry. They'll instill it into players. And not only that, we're raising our kids to hate the other. You know, I tell my kids, you don't use it unless you're talking about Carolina. So, yes, it's the best rivalry, and it's not going anywhere.
So what we have is an intense chemistry between these two teams that hasn't been able to really come to blows in decades now, if ever, is what I'm hearing.
You know, J.J. Redick said it best today on First Take. Carolina fans have an inferiority complex. That's exactly what's going on here. And one thing that I have never understood about Carolina fans, it's like Carolina is the team to root for a lot of these people. Like, there's Carolina fans. You go to different states. Like, I travel to play cornhole and go to Texas. You go to California, you know, and there's people wearing Carolina shit. And you're like, really? How do you like Carolina? Like, one guy I used to work with in Colorado when I worked in the prison system, he was a diehard Carolina fan, and he was born in freaking California, in San Diego. I'm like, how in the hell are you a diehard Carolina fan? I'm
so
sorry.
You calling him generic?
Pretty much generic, you know.
For bandwagon, a default team for Wagners across.
Let me ask you this one question. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and you look up in the sky. What do you see?
Royal blue sky.
Carolina blue sky. Bird, look. You got dementia. You ain't that old, though, bro. No, you not.
Yeah.
Only time it's dark blue is about to rain.
You know,
Right.
James, you mentioned, would you say Roy Williams has got, what, 2 or 3? Dean's got 2. All right. Yeah. But y'all were up on the series 6-5. Do you know what year you won that first championship?
1957, but that one doesn't count, so I think it's 1982.
Flag, brother.
What are you saying it don't count? What, it don't?
Flag.
Okay, so it's officially 5-5.
Because
said it's in the rafters.
The NCAA it is, but the NCAA didn't recognize it, bro. So technically we have 6, but we say 7.
Why didn't the NCAA recognize it?
Brandon, help me out on this. What was it, bro?
It was before ACC or the NCAA tournament and the sanctions and stuff. NCAA wasn't a thing back then.
It wasn't a thing.
It was just you win all your games and you play the other
right.
the team.
Exactly.
Well, okay, so then I'm going to null and void what Wikipedia says about this rivalry, and I'm officially saying it's 5-5.
Well, no, it's 6-5.
No, you just said yourself it don't
No,
count.
no, it was 7-5. Now 6-5. It's technically 6-5.
Technically.
You did. You had 82, 93, 05, 09, 07, 2017.
017.
Technically, y'all played a true 15 seed this past weekend. Y'all had the easiest game of the whole tournament for any team.
Bro, you act like we can control who we can play, bro.
I'm just saying.
This team beat 2 of the top 10 teams in the country.
Right.
A week apart.
So, yeah, what happened? Jordan.
It was bad matchups. The only reason they won those games because of bad matchups.
Yeah,
right.
And did you see how big Carolina was against St. Peter's?
Right.
First of all,
they didn't have a chance.
From Purdue, Purdue had a dude 7 foot tall. He still couldn't stop him.
True.
Wait,
and then
Purdue couldn't stop who? St. Peter's?
Yeah, that's who they beat. Sweet 16.
And then Brandon Bird's getting on us about Baylor. He was like, Baylor's not really a 1 seed. Bro, 2 of their best players got hurt. I mean, they still won a lot of games and got a 1 seed, but I mean, they were really a 1 seed.
Now, I give y'all credit for the Baylor win. That was definitely the signature win of y'all's run to get here.
I thought it was over. I'm gonna be real with y'all. When it went to overtime, I thought we were done.
Y'all should have been done. Y'all should have lost that game because Baylor came back from how much? Was it that y'all was 25?
The referees came back.
25, 27. I think it's 25.
Y'all were down 25 with like 8 minutes to go. Look, I think it was.
Look, they
the first one to bring up referees was a Carolina fan. I just want to point that.
Damn sure is. Always.
I ain't bring no ref.
They kicked out a shooter that was getting hot. They called 2 fouls at one play against Bacon. I've never seen that before. And then they called 9 straight penalties.
I'm not going to blame the refs. Yeah, I'm not going to blame the refs. We had no ball handling. Like, if you notice, we couldn't even get the ball in bounds.
Because they was fouling us when we was trying to get it.
Because once Love went out, it was over. Like, we had no ball handlers, none.
Well, and plus they pressed y'all, man. That full court press they were putting on y'all was crazy.
Because we had no ball. When you have no ball handlers, bro, and you full court press, that's what happens.
Y'all lost Team Wolf. I'm glad. I hope to God Team Wolf somehow gets out of the game. They need refs need to like blow the whistle on him every time he touches the ball.
Team Wolf about to get the claws in that ass on Saturday.
It should have been what? No, that. You know what I call?
Huh?
I call him red trash.
Red flag.
Can't stand him.
Look,
Stand him.
how
He does
is
a
he-
temper tantrum.
What is he?
In
26
that
years
Virginia
old.
Tech
I mean,
No, he's a great.
Yeah, he's got to be at least 40.
Bro,
In that Virginia Tech game, he was fouling and playing horrible. So he just started slapping folks and pushing people in the back. I'm surprised it took him that long to get a flagrant 2. He got a bad attitude. And
So-
tired of him blinking.
yeah, and this is his 5th year.
Y'all just
This is
mad-
his
y'all
5th
just-
year in college.
Y'all just mad.
Bird, the only reason he threw that elbow is because June Tao from Rush Hour kept doing all them damn actors and stuff, bro.
You saw it on TV the other night, didn't you?
Yeah.
You seen it on? I know you did. I was watching it too. It too.
Well, I think
Looking
while
for
we are on
basketball
the
and
topic
cannibal
of the players here, I think this is an excellent segue into our next question. Which school has the greatest of the NBA players? Byrd, we'll start with you.
Oh, no, start with Brandon. I went first last time.
Well, I wanted to go in the order that I went last time, so.
Oh.
I got.
All right, Brandon.
Name.
Go ahead, bro.
I got
Go
one
ahead.
name. The GOAT,
Oh my God.
Michael Jordan. That's in
Game.
all arguments.
Next question.
And if I wanted to ask, if I even want to add another one, we could say Vince Carter. The man, the
20
greatest
years in the
dunker
NBA,
of
Bird.
all time.
20 years.
Greatest dunker of all time.
Oh, okay.
You got Danny Green. He got like 5 rings right now.
Actually, you got 3 pimp, but I'm with you.
Like I said, like 5. Calm down.
Oh,
Just let it happen.
well, I thought you were gonna be accurate.
That's not in my notes.
Jordan, let's hear from you.
Ah, man, this is probably the only question I'm gonna go to the Carolina side on. This is the only. Honestly, it might be the only argument they can win against Duke is that they definitely have had the best NBA players after college. I mean, like Brandon said, and then Vince Carter, Jack House, you got these guys. Now I will say Duke's catching up. I mean, with Tatum, we ain't seen what Zion can do yet.
Never see it.
Players, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's probably top of the list. This is actually bought when number one is it. This was bought when Kyrie was there. And that's probably our number one. I say right now is Kyrie because he's disgusting, but they still win the argument. But we're catching up.
Thank you, Jordan. James.
Like my man Brandon said, first of all, we could say Jordan, but even if we exclude his airness, Vince Carter played 20 years in the league. Antoine Jameson, Rasheed Wallace, double-digit years he played in the league. Plus, he got a ring with the Pistons. Jerry Stackhouse played like 18 years in the league. Kinston, North Carolina product. James Worthy, championships with the Lakers. Rick Fox, Mr. Hollywood, played for the Celtics, was drafted to the Celtics, won championships with Shaq and Kobe with the Lakers. So
riding coattails.
What's up?
I'm sorry.
What did he say? What did he say?
Keep the interruptions to a minimum, please.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, what'd you say, Bird?
Is that Rick Fox? He was riding coattails.
Oh my God, man, get your ass. Anyways.
Interruptions to a minimum, gentlemen.
Sorry, Laura.
Oh no, that was on Bird.
Oh yeah,
He's
okay.
better than Molly.
Yeah, but Danny Green, to what my man Brandon said, 3 rings with the Raptors, Spurs, and Lakers. Plus, he got a natty in 09 with Carolina, most dominant team I've seen, 34-4. Plus, he put his nuts on Greg Paul's head. I know you saw that. I know you remember that. Green tea,
Oh my God.
bro. You can't deny that. Like, I just think the game translates. I don't know what it is, but it seems like Carolina players just have longer success. Like my man Jay Boogie said, I will give you Kyrie Irving. Granted, he's got he can't play home games and all that bullshit going. When that man is right, he is right.
And he's
Best ball handler I've seen. He played only like 10 games for Duke because he broke his ankle, but still. legit, bro. Jason Tatum, Cruz, Zion. We gotta wait and see. But lately with these one and dones, there's no doubt. K has really he's recruited really well and sent them to the league. RJ, what's my man Winslow, Justice Winslow?
Yeah,
the list goes on and on. So
James.
lately it's been lately it's been Duke, overall Carolina.
James, who the hell you arguing for right now?
I appreciate it, James. Yeah,
Come on,
good
James.
for you, man.
Bro, I said overall Carolina. Brandon, calm down.
Don't be talking about they players like you like them or something.
I don't like them. Now,
All righty. Byrd, what say you?
All right, so I'm not going to give
Quinn
Carolina.
Cook's got 2 titles too.
Who?
Quinn Cook.
Oh, Quinn Cook. Yeah.
Coattails, Bird. Coattails.
Hey, so I'm not going to give Carolina that many props because they got the overall best basketball player that ever lived. So I hate to say it, but of course it's Michael Jordan. And anybody says
Bird, don't forget he actually told Coach K he would not become the Duke. Just saying, he was recruited.
Well,
by
that's
Duke
his problem. He's proved to the world he's not a good businessman. He's proved that.
Oh well, I agree with you there. Even my dad says that. So.
Yeah, he's a great basketball player, phenomenal, but businessman, he's a
sorry ass owner. I get it.
Business now. He is most highest paid for shoes.
But he can't run. He can't run the Hornets for shit. But you know.
Oh, we ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the shoes.
Well, I guarantee the shoes, whether he played for Carolina or Duke, it wouldn't matter. I mean,
half the teams in the country got that emblem right on their shoulder.
Yeah, Bird, where them Grant Hills at?
Oh, hey, bro. All right, so of course Jordan's the best player ever. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and
I was low-key kind of waiting for it, so I'm glad you didn't disappoint, Jordan.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
I'm sure you're a baller. You're like what, 6'5", 6'4",
yeah, man.
6'5", so I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Got more blocks than Sheldon Williams. I'm the original landlord.
All right, so I'm going to go with Seth Curry. He's the brother of arguably one of the greatest three-point shooters in the game. The brother. Seth Curry, Duke alumni. Zion, I knew this was going to happen when he got drafted. He was supposed to be the next generational player. He was supposed to take the torch from LeBron, but injuries and this man just eating too much soul food in New Orleans. He is like, what, 250, 260?
Bro, try like 300. He got over 3. He got over 3.
Oh, 250 is like his good playing weight.
Right, that's his good.
Yeah, that's his good playing weight. So he's really up there past 280. And injuries, like they already benched him for the rest of the season. He's out. We don't know about Zion. He could be another big bust for Duke, But I'm still putting him as one of the best Duke players in the NBA. I didn't know this until I saw him on freaking First Take. J.J. Redick retired in September.
Yeah. Bird, you getting old. Where you been, bro?
I don't watch the NBA anymore. I'm not going to lie. I don't watch it.
That's another one in the NBA.
He did. He announced it on First Take, if I remember correctly.
Well, now he's like a regular on First Take.
Yeah. They gave him a job.
He's the best three-point shooter ever for Duke, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Best
yeah, that's another one that had a great run in the NBA. Never missed the playoffs, except his last year when he retired. Made it every year.
I hate to admit that. Yeah, he was.
He's a good role player.
Sixers gave him $20 million one year, just to play for him. 1 year, $20 million.
Well, J.J. Redick's living the life right now. Mm-hmm. Hey, so my next one, another Duke All-Star from Kinston, North Carolina, Brandon Ingram. He's one of the best ones. What are you doing, James? Come on.
Who?
Brandon
I'll
Ingram.
wait till it's my turn.
Yeah. And then he had a stint for the Lakers, right?
Yeah, he played with the Lakers. He played with the Pelicans now.
And Jason Tatum. Here we go. Now, this is our guy right now. Jason Tatum's going to win a championship. He's killing teams. Like he's probably, he's the best player in the NBA right now from Duke or Carolina. Argue with me.
I don't even watch NBA.
Let me think. I got to think about that.
Now, here's the one that's going to kill y'all. Y'all going to think I'm crazy with this, but Christian Laettner, man. I mean, he played in the league for like 15 years. Made an All-Star game.
I mean, he did. He did make an All-Star game with the Hawks. All-Star team, the Hawks.
That one time.
And the dream team. Don't forget about the
Don't
dream
forget
team.
about the
Oh, don't
dream
even
team.
bring that up. They kicked
Whoa,
him
whoa,
off
whoa,
the
He
whoa,
court.
elbowed
whoa.
Shaq off the dream team.
Hey, they
Whoa,
kicked-
whoa,
Oh, he
whoa,
killed
whoa.
Shaq. He killed Shaq in college. He
They
ate
kicked-
him.
They kicked Lakener off the court during practice and said, "Get out of here, college boy."
They made him carry the bags and all that to the
Yeah.
Well, I'm
plane
saying-
and shit.
Very bad.
Leitner was pretty good, but I was like, really, the dream team, bro? Really?
He was the best college player, man.
Yeah.
He won the championship that year. Come on, man. Come on.
It just bugs me every time I see the dream team, all those legends, and Leitner's right there in the family photo. And there
Yeah,
he is.
Well,
But-
if you got to have one college player, it had to be him that year.
You know what? On accolades, you're right, brother. You're right on accolades.
Like
Now,
like if you were picking the dream team, and they said, all right, here's all you guys. One spot's got to go to one college guy.
right?
I
I can get behind that. I have to
I'd
get
go down
behind
with
that.
Shaq.
I bet you.
Well,
can get
if
behind
you
it.
look
He
long
ain't
term,
Shaq.
if you look long term and you look back, you like, damn, they should have chose Shaq. But they was doing it strictly off accolades and in college.
Yeah.
So
But
it
no,
makes
There's an
sense.
interview where Shaq was on there. He was like, Christian later got my ass. He admitted.
Oh yeah.
But look, who had the last laugh though? At the end of the day, I guarantee you, Shaq's bank's a lot bigger
Yeah.
than Christian Laettner's right now.
Oh yeah, when Shaq.
10 times.
Yeah.
Hey, so Laura, I was interrupted. What's up with that? I can't get some moderation.
When were you interrupted?
I still got another. I haven't finished.
No, well,
Damn.
carry on,
You do
good
not
sir.
got players. Oh, here we go.
So this is
You're
kind of
down
hard.
to like 15 seconds, by the way.
So I had to juggle between Jason Tatum and this guy, but it's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, best ball handler ever, destroys Allen Iverson. It's just
What?
yes, dude. He's
Oh,
thought better ball
hell.
handler than Allen Iverson ever
Oh my
would.
God.
Brandon, keep the interruptions
I know.
to a
I
minimum.
mean, respect.
Just shocked me. I feel like
But-
I just
and-
got slapped by Will Smith real quick.
Oh no.
Damn.
I'm surprised it took this long. We're 30
I
minutes
agree,
in, and we finally have a Will Smith joke.
And James, I believe it was you when you mentioned Kyrie. You
Yeah.
were saying he can't play home games. He can play home games now because they lifted
Oh,
that
yeah?
ban on being
shit.
vaccinated in New York. So now
Oh,
he can
shit.
play home games, and he's going to light it up in Brooklyn, and
That
look out.
changes the game for the playoffs then.
Yeah. And that's it, Laura. I'm done now.
Thank you, Michael Byrd. And thank you, gentlemen, for your input. This has been a very riveting discussion. I have kind of my own personal question, just kind of stemming off of the discussion that's been had. Who on these teams now, at Duke and UNC, do you feel will go on to have excellent after college NBA careers?
Oh, well, the whole starting five for Duke is NBA prospects.
Did I say you could go first?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matter.
Let me shut up. Let me grab
Since
my
you want to
drink.
come at me and my moderating skills, thank you.
No, go ahead. Continue.
No, you continue. You go ahead.
I just picked up the drink.
Well, now you gotta pick somebody to start.
I think it's Jordan's turn.
I
James.
was. Thank you. You read my mind, Jordan. What say you?
What say I? I'm going first. Starting with Duke, the whole starting five, because I think Wendell Moore and Roach is probably coming back next season. But of course, Paolo, that dude's ridiculous. He's going to have an NBA career. Keels and Griffin, I think both of them are going to their game just matches to the NBA, the slow pace of their game, especially Keels. I know he's not playing good right now, but he's going to come along just like a Gary Trent Jr. and do better in the NBA, and a Luke Kennard. And, of course, Mark Williams. My dude with the slow motion Euro step the other night, I know you saw it on the fast break, James. Mark Williams is going to be in. So those are my four: Paolo, Keels, Mark Williams, and Griffin.
Thank you, James. What say you?
I'm gonna say Caleb Love. Just his game, his ability to get his own shot. He's obviously got the height, the speed. He did a Euro step of his own versus UCLA. Hit those two big back-to-back threes. If he doesn't do that, we're not even in the Final Four. Armando Bacot is the next one. He probably should have been the first name that I named. He should have won the ACC Player of the Year. It's total bullshit. That dude from Wake Forest got it. My man's got 29 double-doubles, tied with Tim Duncan all time in the season. Hopefully he gets number 30 on Saturday. Complete beast. He's been extremely consistent. He had 20 and 22 for St. Peter's. And I'm going to go Brady Manick. His game translates to the NBA because you have that stretch five the days of having like that tree stump are over. You have to be able to shoot the ball, especially stretch the court, make space for others, and that's what he does. He does it well. I haven't seen a big man shoot like him. Kind of reminds me of Dirk a little bit. He's just automatically almost seems from that 3-point line. So those would be my my top threes now.
Now, he's so damn old though. But his first year, his rookie year, he's ready to retire.
He's like 24.
Byrd, don't hate.
God,
Byrd.
dude's been in the
Byrd,
NCAA for 20 years.
Oh my God.
Byrd, Zion's like 20 and he ain't even played a full season, bro. Calm down.
Michael, since you got so much to say, we're going to circle back to you.
I wasn't ready. My computer froze over here, but I don't know. I you know, like Jordan was saying, the starting five for Duke, of course, they're all going to be there. Carolina, I hope Bacon and Teen Wolf don't go. I really don't. Bacon. That's what I call him.
Bacon.
Who is Bacon?
Bacot.
The piranha.
Bacot. He
can't
runs with
pronounce
apricot. Bacot.
He can't pronounce Bacot, so he said bacon.
Bacon.
Aw.
Yeah.
I just call him the piranha.
Wow.
The piranha. Man, I tell you what, I really can't stand Teen Wolf. I really can't stand him.
Why?
Oh, my God. I said it earlier, that dude.
Me too.
But you know what's sad? He's going to make it. He's going to be a first rounder. They're going to draft him. He's going to go to some team like he's going to go to one of the top teams because he's going to be one of the lower drafts. So he'll go to like Brooklyn, the Celtics. He'll play with Jason Tatum. Watch. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. And all 5 of the starters of Duke are going to go in the first round to shitty teams, and they're never going to know an NBA championship. That's what happens to our guys. You know, that's what happened to what's his name, man? Tyus Jones, and you know
Didn't
he have a brother?
Yeah, he did. He played the year. I think they were a year behind each other, right?
Whatever happened
Talking
to
about Trey?
That was my question.
Trey Jones.
Yeah,
Trey's balling right now. He's with the
The Hawks?
Timberwolves.
Timberwood.
Yeah,
He might be right. He plays up there with Pat Bev and Cat.
yeah. Tyus was on a list of busts from Duke in the NBA. I saw today, so I was like, "Damn, what happened? Like he's in the G League now or something." That's it. That's my answer.
And Brandon.
Just want to say, Duke fans think all 5 of y'all starters are going to be in the NBA next year. Every year.
I didn't say that.
Trash. No, he did.
Oh, but somebody thinks the Cowboys going to win a Super Bowl every year too. We ain't going to mention names.
Not this year.
I got to side with Byrd on that one,
Not
bro.
this year. I can't say that this year.
Let's keep the interruptions to a minimum,
But-
guys. We're not
sorry.
talking about football here.
But obviously, number one's Caleb Love. There's no question. The man's got mad ball skills. Man's shooting NBA threes already. Shooting from half court. Dude can shoot from the parking lot and probably make it tomorrow. Dude can drive. He can play. He can play all around the ball. He's a good passer. So as far as the NBA today, he's our top guy. Manic, I think he's a good role player for the NBA. He ain't gonna be somebody to take over a game, but you know, you give him an open shot, he gonna make it just about every time. Baycott, I want to say Baycott, but in today's NBA game, I don't think he would flourish too well. I think he might play a year or two and then go European, only because he ain't got no mid-range game. And in today's game, you can't just be making layups, and his free throw shooting's subpar. So
Terrible.
but those are my 3.
Oh, he's terrible. He's like
But the other one I do like that's kind of on the fence for me is R.J. Davis. You know, R.J. can get hot every once in a while, but I know once you get NBA, you got to be more consistent. But he is he can be a good ball handler if he just get in that position more often.
Jordan, I'm going to pass it to you since you were so polite to raise your hand.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in on the Baycock Red Trash. Their games need each other. What lacks is what Manic has. What Manic lacks is what Baycock has. Because he's not, Manic's not a dominant big, even though he's super tall. And like Brandon said, Baycock can't shoot. And I do want to tell you boys, be careful Saturday, because Love, he dropped 30. He might think he can do it every game and end up shooting y'all out of the game because he think he can do it again.
No, he only shoots like that when he's hot and he's confident, and that's when it gets dangerous.
James,
what
thank
you
you
do.
for raising your hand.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I took my cue from my man Jay Boogie. But yeah, he made a good point about Love. Love has a tendency to turn the ball over a lot, which is why Hubert Davis put the ball in R.J. Davis's hands. I think that was the turning point because he makes better decisions as far as a facilitator to me. But one thing I will say is like we've had different guys go off. It seems like every tournament game, like it was like Brady, and then it was Love, and then it was like Baycott, and it was like RJ. So, if one guy's cold, hopefully others can pick up the slack. But I feel like Saturday is going to be a collective effort. It's going to need to be a collective effort. And the other thing is he made a great point about Baycott, and I want to say Teen Wolf, and Manic needing each other. Because their games complement each other. Carolina bigs, that's how it works, right? You go back to Kennedy Meeks and Isaiah Hicks or Jawad Williams and Sean May, like in those title teams, like the bigs, their games complemented each other. Even Tyler Hansbrough and Deion Thompson, they were kind of opposites, but they worked one and the same. So that's definitely be a key factor for Saturday.
I'm gonna tell you what the X factor is gonna be Saturday. Nobody talks about him. Nobody even thinks about him. It's Leaky
Dontre
Black.
Style. Oh,
What
Mr.
a
D.
name.
Glove.
Leaky.
Leaky.
I'm telling you,
Leaky.
the best
Nasty name.
arguably the best defensive player in the country right now.
Should have won Defensive Player of the Year in the
Whoever's on your
ACC.
team is trying to get hot, they're gonna put him on him and shut him down. That
Him
dude shut
down.
down every big player in the tournament so far, which has been our biggest key for our success. Y'all ain't got nobody.
6'8".
You
So
could put
I'm
Wendell. You could use Wendell Moore the same way as far as defensively, but definitely Mark Williams deserved Defensive Player of the Year
Yeah,
So-
he's a problem. He protects the rim so well, and he just
without
doesn't-
fouling.
Right, without fouling. That's why
That's
his
the
game
biggest part.
translates to the NBA. He kind of reminds me of Clint Capella, only better defensively, or like a JaVale McGee. That's what I think of.
Who are you talking about, James? Leaky?
Next question.
I mean, I thought you was agreeing with him again. If you start
All right,
talking
so
about these Duke players,
I'm looking at the rosters, right? And it looks like size-wise, it's pretty evenly matched up. So you got Banchero and Williams. They're the biggest players for Duke at 6'10" and 7 foot. Y'all don't have a 7-footer. Bacon 6'10". So guess where Baycott's from, Laura?
I'm assuming it has
Ocean?
some kind of significance to me.
Richmond,
What?
Virginia.
That was my guess.
The Bacon is from Richmond, Virginia.
Did he play?
But he played at IMG Academy.
Down in Florida, that's that powerhouse school in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, so
I gotta go watch the game in the Piranha's hometown. Man, I didn't even realize that. Thanks, Byrd. You just
Oh, you know, damn. Yeah, Richmond's gonna be pro UNC. I bet for that bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Pro-
As a
pro
VCU alum, I will tell you,
Yeah,
we will not.
they got Virginia.
Damn, girl, you went to VCU? My cousin did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh shit! All right,
Yep.
that's what's up.
Yep, class of 2012.
Word.
I'm old.
Oh my god.
Probably the
Wow.
youngest one here right now.
He says that.
Uh,
Says that to Bird.
No, yeah, you're older than me by like 4 months.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brandon. Well, guys, let's move on to our last question of the evening here. So, is the Duke UNC game bigger than the national championship game? Excuse me, butchering that. Let's see. Who hasn't gone first yet?
James.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Keeping me aligned here. James.
Appreciate you, Brandon. I'm gonna go with
Don't you
yes,
vote
just
either.
because whoever they play. I know Villanova's got a player. He got hurt last game, so I think they're gonna get rolled by Kansas. But I just think knowing this game, especially if Duke or Carolina, the winner of that game goes on and wins the national championship, it'll be forever ingrained. Like they had to go through the other, and then they solidified it by capping off a championship. Like I don't think there'll be nearly as much excitement, regardless of who the winner between Duke and Carolina plays on Monday. Like this is it, right? The only bigger game for this was if Duke and Carolina met in the national championship. Like I said, there's only one other time that I can remember they met in the Final Four. That was 1991. Hubert Davis was on that team. Carolina lost to Kansas, and Duke beat UNLV, I think, or maybe the other way around. But point is, by far, this game is way bigger than a national title game, at least for me.
Thank you, James. Brandon.
Thank you. This is the biggest stage in college basketball. The country has only heard and speculated on Duke UNC games thus far as opposed to everyone on the East Coast. This is the one opportunity where everybody in the country can live and actually watch this rivalry take place. I can't talk. Take place.
Interruptions to a minimum.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. I was killing it till you interrupted me.
Rivalry is a tough word. Let it go.
And this is the first time the entire country is going to be able to watch this game on the biggest stage in history. And this may never, ever happen again. So, to answer your question, this game, particularly to Duke and UNC fans, is 10 times bigger than the national championship, because if Carolina wins this game, I probably won't even watch the national championship game because I'd be too busy arguing with Duke fans and talking trash and trying to get them out of hibernation. Say, where y'all at?
We're talking decade-long friendships on the line here.
Absolutely.
Jordan.
Yes, it's definitely bigger. But then it also depends on who you're talking about. Who does it matter more to? Because what's more on the line? You got Coach K. It's his last year. I've been saying all week in the barbershop, this could be the best way for Coach to go out, regardless of whether he wins the national championship or not. If we win against Carolina, it's the best way for him to go out. If he loses, the worst way for him to go out. So it really depends on which side of the fence you're on. But like these guys said, Monday almost doesn't matter. It definitely doesn't matter that much to Duke and Carolina fans, but to everyone else in the country, they're going to say, man, they talked all week about that junk, and Carolina or Duke, whoever it may be, they got smacked back. It really didn't matter. That's what the rest of the country say, but as long as you ask them, dark blue or light blue, we're going to say it don't matter. Championship game is Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Michael Byrd.
Oh, I was just waiting on you to give me the cue.
Well, thank you.
I'm going to 100% agree with you guys. So this game Saturday night, and I touched on it when we started this show, is the biggest sporting event of all time. Bigger than any Tyson fight, bigger than any hockey game, bigger than any World Series, any Super Bowl. This is it. If you live in North Carolina, this is the biggest sporting event you've ever seen in your life. I guarantee they canceled a concert. Eric Church concert, canceled his show for the game, postponed it. That's how big this is. Not that Eric Church is a big-time country singer, but
Yeah, he is.
he's all right.
He is.
Yeah,
That's the
well,
chief.
Yeah,
The
that's the chief.
All right, stand corrected. He's big
not,
time.
He's not a country fan. You don't know.
But I'm going to touch on what Jordan was saying also. What you said is 100% true, man. Duke's got everything to lose on this game. This is the first time this rivalry is coming to a head. This is it. After Saturday, you're going to have an answer to who is the best team, Duke or Carolina. And you're going to hold bragging rights for years. If Duke wins and Carolina beats us next year in the ACC tournament by 20, guess what? We can always look back and say, but we beat you in the Final Four. We beat you when it counts. And guess what? If Carolina beats us Saturday, they got the same damn bragging rights. I ain't going to like it as a Duke fan. I'm going to tell you, if Duke loses Saturday, you might not hear from me for another week. I might hide. I'm probably going to deactivate my Facebook. And because this game is so big. This meme I posted on Facebook sums up this game, okay? It starts out by saying, friend. This is the friend talking. Are you going to have a party for the Duke-Carolina Final Four game next weekend? And this is me answering. A party? Look, this isn't a fun little game where we're all going to get together and wear our favorite team shirts and hang a little cute little house-divided banner at the snack table. This is the most serious college basketball game to ever take place. I'm going to be alone, sitting in my bedroom on the edge of my bed with all the lights off, living and dying on every single possession. I'm not drinking. I'm not eating. This is not something to celebrate. That's 100% true. I have to be alone because I'm going to destroy my bedroom if we're down by 2. If we're down by 2 with 30 seconds left, I'm going to have 911 on speed dial. It's going to be on, I'm telling you. But, yeah, this is the biggest sporting event. If Duke wins Saturday, yeah, I'll probably watch the national championship. But if we lose the national championship, to me, we already won it. So I'm good.
It sounds like this isn't even a game.
It's really not. This is
Nah, it's more. It's like religion.
Way more.
Hey, I just want you to know, we did beat Coach K in his last home game. Just saying.
oh my God. See, James, that right there is going to jinx you. That's going to jinx
What do
you,
you
bro.
say?
I didn't. What did I say?
No,
What?
your boy Brandon over here talking about he's reliving Coach K's last
That'll
home game loss.
forever be.
Brandon, bro, we ain't focused on that right now. We focused on Saturday, bro.
That is the only advantage in this game. Now,
But
James said it earlier that rankings be damned. Rankings do not matter in this game. Period. Hell, rosters don't even matter. Matchups don't matter. It's all pure heart and who wants it more. And the only advantage in this game goes to Duke, because in that last game against North Carolina, there was all that pressure of all that Coach K party that they were doing. They played not to lose, and they knew what that felt like, and they know they can beat them by 20. And I think they're going out trying to get it back. And
I will say that there's a lot of pressure. I think the more pressure is on Duke, because ain't nobody talking about Carolina, at least from all the shows and highlights I've watched. They're saying they're a good team, but they said Duke's got the best percentage to win it all. They have the best roster. They have like 5 or 6 pros. I mean, so it's all shifting towards Duke. Like, ain't nobody talking to Carolina. We were 12.5 underdog the last time we played. We're 4.5 underdog now. I kind of like that underdog mentality. So we're going to roll with it. We'll see what happens.
I think
All right,
that
well, I'm gonna
got
give
them
you-
the first time. All that stuff got them the first time in Cameron. It did. And I think they're going to get them again.
All right, so here's some quick stats that the Vegas is saying is going to happen on Saturday. We got Duke versus North Carolina spread. They got the Devils winning by 4. Duke versus Carolina over-under is 151 points. And the Duke-Carolina money line, the Tar Heels plus 170, Blue Devils minus 200. Tar Heels are a 4-0 ATS in their last 4 games overall. Duke over is 7-1 in Blue Devils' last 8 games following a straight-up win. So, hey, they're calling Duke to win. I don't know if I like that, though. I don't like people calling Duke to win. It's kind of like a jinx.
I love it.
I don't care about Vegas. They don't know about sports anyway.
You know what I did like, though? I heard Mike Greenberg on his radio show say Carolina was going to win. So you know what that is, right? I don't know if you listen to Mike Greenberg a lot on the radio, but that's a
you
kiss
said
of
wrong.
death. That's a kiss of
Always
death.
wrong.
You
Yeah,
said
he's
Mike.
always wrong. Always. So when he picked Carolina to win, I kind of got a chubby.
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, yeah.
I ain't hear that. I was thinking you said Seth. I was thinking of Seth Greenberg. You said
Now,
Mike.
they need to shut Seth Greenberg up. What is about Duke Carolina? He's never beat either one of them.
Oh, I just hope to God Jay Billis isn't like commentating this game.
I love Jay
Jay-
Billis.
I
Jay
bet you
Billis
do.
is actually very neutral, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I like Jay Billis.
You say that because he's overly unbiased.
Like over. Sometimes you
Can't
think he
stand
went to
when
Carolina.
Billis calls a game.
Whoa. Okay, I got a response to that. So, real talk. When he was talking about Coach K and how he enamored, he told him, because Coach K got him into law school and got him into broadcasting and everything. He said straight up, and he said this on TV, that Coach K said when you broadcast and when you're announcing games or whatever, when you're commentating, be totally unbiased. He said, because if you're biased, nobody will ever believe anything you ever said. Real strong. He did say that. Coach K told him that.
Oh, I'm sure Coach
He
K
does a
did
good
tell
job.
him that. But damn.
It only seems overly biased to y'all because he says one thing about Carolina, and it's like, oh,
Well, let me
He
ask
loves
you this,
Carolina.
Brandon.
just like Jay Williams says stuff about Carolina.
If you went to Carolina, let's say you had
Sure.
a long career with Carolina, you graduated,
I can already
and-
answer your question right now.
and you became a commentator, and you're down in like the ACC tournament, you're down in a prestigious game against Duke, and Duke hits a shot that puts them up by 1, or Carolina hits a shot that puts them up by 1, you're not going to have any emotion? None? You'll sit there
First of
like
all,
with
I
no
would-
emotion like
I
Jay
would-
Billis?
First
I
of
mean-
all, I would not want to be a sportscaster for that very reason. I would be like UNC radio. I'd just be talking about Carolina 100% because I'd be fired that game because I'd either be cussing for celebration or cussing for being pissed off.
Yeah, so Jay Billis just isn't human, man. He's an alien. I don't know how he does it.
I tell you, Byrd, when I commentate for the ACO, I've actually gone to players after I got off the mic. I run to them and I'm like, "Hey, man, when you watch this over, I feel like I was unbiased towards you, and if it feels that way, I didn't mean to. You know, I'm out there apologizing because I feel bad for it when I hear myself do it. So I don't know how he even does as good a job as he does do. And if you hit a big shot, how you not lose your mind? You know, I'd be losing my shit right there at the table. They say, "Look, you need to get off the table."
Get him out. No, I'm the same way. But you know what? I don't care, man. You get paid to do a job, and you got to do it. It's kind of like Charles Barkley with Michael Jordan. You know, they were like good friends, but Charles Barkley said something about his ownership skills with the Bobcats, and now Jordan's all pissed at him, I guess. I mean, this happened a few years back, but
yeah, bro. Well, what happened was basically, Charles Barkley is one of the most honest people you'll come across, and he flat out said Michael Jordan can't run a team. Like, he's doing a shitty job. He's a bad owner. There wasn't nothing wrong with that, right? Because he's speaking straight facts.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan, as much as I love him, he can be sensitive, right? He don't take criticism very well, even if it's the truth. So he got mad. He wanted Chuck to apologize, but Chuck didn't have any reason to apologize. So it kind of is what it is, right? They're not speaking. Charles Barkley said he still loves him, but he ain't going to apologize, and he doesn't need to. So,
yeah,
I think Brandon said it earlier. He was talking about Jordan can't run a team, and he can't.
No, he can't.
He's not a good owner, but he's a good businessman. Because I think there's also a video of Charles Barkley saying that he gave him some advice on investments and stocks and with Barkley's money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Barkley said that. So, yeah, business side of it, shoes, and everything else he's got going on. Cause he's got tons of stuff we don't know about.
Right.
In the team, he's a good businessman, but not a basketball team owner.
Yeah, man. I know this is like off the side, but just thinking Frank Kaminsky, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Adam Morrison, all the bad players he's drafted in the first round year after year.
Oh, you missed a big one.
And then you look at all the players he's missed on.
Was it Kwame Brown?
Yeah, Kwame Brown.
That's the biggest one.
Ridiculous.
All right, gentlemen, I think it's about time we wrap this thing up. We're about an hour in. Thank you so much for very sportsmanlike conduct. I'm very proud of all of you today. We're going to finish this up with any closing comments we have from the panel. Michael, we'll start with you.
I'm just going to say thanks, guys, for coming on the show. It hurts my heart. I can't be civilized with a couple of Carolina folks, especially having one sitting at least 5 feet across the table from me right here. But just today. But hey, here's if I had some drink left, I'd cheers you guys and say bad luck on Saturday, Carolina.
Wow. Okay, that's enough of your closing remarks.
Well, hold on. It's like in a cornhole match, Jordan. Why do people say good luck before the game? You don't want your opponent to have good luck. I mean, if they have good luck, chances are they're going to beat you.
That's probably what they're thinking when they say good luck.
Right.
Just tradition.
Right.
Oh, okay. Fuck that tradition. It's time to break it.
Brandon, your closing remarks.
Just want to say, if you're out there and you're torn between what team to cheer for, you need to go for the Heels. True underdog story. They put us at an 8 seed bubble team, and look what we're in the Final Four, baby. Go Heels.
James, you're up.
Carolina lost by 28 to Miami. Duke waxed them the first time. Wake Forest beat them by 20. If you would have told me we would have been in the Final Four, I would have told you were crazy. But I'm proud of the way we persevered. It was 40 years ago on Saturday in New Orleans that his airness hit that shot versus Georgetown to win the championship. Dean's first title for Carolina. Hopefully history will continue and repeat itself. Go Heels. Thanks again to Byrd, Jay Boogie, Brandon. It was a pleasure. Cheers to you gentlemen.
Thank you, James. Jordan.
I guess I'm the only one left. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I wasn't sure about coming on the show tonight because I told Byrd, I said, I'm scared to death to even talk about the game. I mean, I'm all the way to Saturday. All the facts that we've talked about both teams, past players, great coaches, titles that we've won, everything up until this point doesn't matter. Rankings don't matter. Games that we played in the tournament don't matter. Everything's a complete reset. And you guys give them hell Saturday. I know I'll be screaming. I would say good luck, but I don't mean it, so I'm not going to say it. And it's going to be on.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's very special episode of Hammered. We will report back after Saturday, and, well, maybe not if it doesn't go as Michael Byrd hopes. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you find us on YouTube at Naughty Donkey Studio Productions and download us on all of your favorite podcast streaming platforms. Toodles.
Peace.